Hello, I'm Vincent McCory.
And I'm Dimyake Mwakalialia. This is In Focus.
Well, we are continuing to monitor the situation in Niger after a coup toppled the government of President Mamadou Tandja on Thursday.
VOA Scott Stearns reports that Niger's new military leaders say they will run the country until politicians agree on a new constitution.
Dimyake and Vincent, thousands of people turned out in Niger's capital to thank the army for toppling President Mamadou Tandja. While he and several key aides are still being detained at the presidential palace, most government ministers will keep their jobs for the time being. President Tandja grew increasingly unpopular since he used a controversial August referendum to expand his power and give himself another 3 years in office. Soldiers say they will now run the country until politicians agree on a new constitution. Coup leader, Squadron Chief Salou Djibo, is promising to set up a consultative council for decision-making. Regional diplomats met with military leaders to find the best way forward for Niger. Madick Niang is the Senegalese foreign minister.
Today we should celebrate the fact that the people can peacefully go about their business, that peace has been restored. Now is not the time to assess, to say this or that has been done. We have to focus on what is important, and what is important is to get all the people of Niger around our table and to get them to agree on the rules of the game, which will allow for democracy and will create stability in Niger once and for all.
Ramtane Lamamra is the African Union Commissioner for Peace and Security.
We have received very strong and very clear assurances about the willingness of the Supreme Council to work together first with all Nigerians and all the political parties and everyone included, and also work with the international community so that we can realize the objectives that we consider as common objectives.
While the international community is condemning this coup and the African Union has suspended Niger, there is cautious optimism that this military takeover may help resolve Niger's political impasse. Before the coup, regional mediation was getting nowhere. President Tandja had little reason to compromise, having already replaced judges and lawmakers who opposed him. Back to you in Washington.
Great update there on the situation in Niger.
Exactly.
Now, what I found interesting right up at the top of his story, how he says that the citizens literally thanked the military for unseating President Tandja. My question would be, why would a president still want to be in power when you're so clearly unpopular?
That's the amazing thing, because President Tandja came to power after the previous president tried to hold on to power too long, and the military toppled him and called for an election, and the vote brought this guy in. So it's amazing how so many, leaders actually sometimes appear like they don't really learn from their personal experiences.
Personal past experiences.
But again, looking at the region, especially in West Africa, coups are really common over there. And it looks like they're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere, but what has changed, it seems, is they're less bloody. In fact, they've been bloodless. The 2008 coups, no president was killed, no one died. So I guess maybe it's a different
it's a different approach to it, and we hope nobody ever dies on that.